What's going on everybody, I'm JVNano and welcome to a Destiny 2 build video. I wanted to get this PvP build out there as quick as I could before this most likely gets nerfed, but I do have a couple of PvE builds for future videos for those allergic to the Crucible. So let's get right into it. This build was inspired by Fallout Play's Warlock Dead Messenger build. Really cool setup, super fun, but as a hunter main I couldn't get past the fact that I was playing on a floaty Warlock until it hit me that the new Hunter's Tempest Strike aspect could serve the same purpose as the Warlock's Lightning Surge. So here's the subclass, Arc Staff. It's just better than Gathering Storm in the Crucible, it's easier to get kills, and the damage reduction while dodging is straight up overpowered. Gambler's Dodge. This is a very aggressive build, so being able to get that melee back instantly when you're near your enemies is really nice. I use Triple Jump because I'm trash and I think Blink feels wonky, but Blink is really good for crossing lines of sight without getting your head taken off, so use whatever feels best to you. For the melee, use Combination Blow purely for the cooldown. This whole setup is about spamming that melee and grenade launcher, so you want your base cooldown as low as possible. You're not going to get the damage from Combination Blow since Tempest Strike doesn't activate it, but you should get your melee back every 30 seconds or so without any outside help. And use whatever grenades you prefer. I like Arc Bolt and Storm Grenades. For the aspects, we obviously have Tempest Strike. Using your powered melee while sliding unleashes an uppercut attack that sends a wave of arc energy on the ground that damages and jolts enemies hit by it. That jolting is important because it lets us activate Flow State. Defeating jolted targets makes you amplified. While amplified, you reload faster, your dodge comes back faster, and you get damage reduction while dodging. So when we get kills with Tempest Strike, we get Amplified, which lets us get our reload faster on our grenade launcher, and we get Speed Booster to zip around the map. So the Fragments. First off, we have Spark of Resistance, damage reduction while surrounded. No brainer, super aggressive build, this is going to be working for you all the time. Spark of Ions. Defeating jolted targets creates an Ionic Trace. This will give us some ability energy back when we get kills with Tempest Strike since it does jolt when it hits. Spark of Recharge, another no-brainer. When critically wounded, our melee and our grenade come back faster. It's just another fragment that lets us reap benefits just by playing. And the last one is Spark of Momentum, and it's a bit awkward to use, but once you get in the habit it's incredibly helpful. Sliding over ammo bricks reloads your equipped weapon and grants melee energy. You see special bricks all the time in Crucible, so sliding over them alleviates that reload and gets you set up for your melee faster. For your gear stats, you just want to make sure you have 100 strength for the cooldown and high resilience for the flinch reduction. You can run whatever mods you like. I had melee kickstart, hands-on, harmonic siphon with taking charge and high energy fire for the bonus weapon damage and faster melee cooldown. As far as exotic armor goes, I went either Frosties or Stompies. Frosties are good for making sure you get those abilities back fast, but the speed from Stompies and Speed Booster combined is extremely fun. And because we're using a melee combo, we don't really have to care about the inner accuracy penalty. For weapons, all you need is a waveframe grenade launcher, preferably the Dead Messenger for the area of effect, but I was using the Forbearance for the arc damage. Explosive Personality works fine too, and it's incredibly easy to get your hands on. The rest is up to you. You can pair whatever primary you like. I prefer long-range primaries like Scouts or Pulse Rifles, so I have all ranges covered. Just make sure you put Sprint Grip on your legendary grenade launchers so the ready speed is faster after sprinting. Now, how you play this build is important. You have to do it right or it just takes infinitely longer. You have to sprint, slide, fire the launcher, then hit melee. The wave from the launcher and your melee should be almost simultaneous, and anyone caught in both waves on the ground will die instantly. The timing takes some practice, but this combo is extremely strong and covers a large area. You can bait corners by sprinting into a wall, or if you can get the timing down, you only need to sprint one step before you can slide, so you can actually throw this combo out extremely fast with some practice. The reach on this is way further than you would expect, and if enemies are bunched up, it's easy multi-kills. Now, despite how strong this build is, it does have some glaring weaknesses, first being verticality. Good players can pretty easily jump over the two waves, and some elevation changes will stop the waves from hitting players in general. The other weakness being it's a one-trick pony. It's a pretty potent trick, but once people figure out what you're doing, they can counter it by just staying away from you, which is why I paired it with a pulse, by jumping over your attacks, or locking down areas with AoE damage so you can't get close enough. Now, at the end of the day, I don't see this combo staying this potent for too much longer, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets nerfed in the future. That being said, they didn't nerf the Caliban's combo very much, so who knows. Use and abuse it while you can, and I hope you have a good time because it's been extremely fun for me. So if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, liking, and hitting the bell. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments and check out my live stream on Twitch. If you want to support me and my content, consider checking out my Patreon and Discord, or becoming a member here on the channel. Until next time, have a good one.